I'm crossing this off my my bucket list. I've never been to Lake Tahoe, but yesterday we went out and saw the lake, and it's amazing. There's literally, I'm telling you guys, you can see like 20 feet down to the bottom. The water is so clear, it's amazing. But anyways, happy Friday. I'm gonna wait until some more people pop on. Make sure that you hit that, let's see here. Make sure you're hitting that like button and you share this live with everybody. I'm gonna basically talk about private money. I know it's a topic that, it's a topic that a lot of people always ask about, like, where do I find private money? How do I talk to these private money lenders? What's the difference between private money lenders? And so I want to talk about the difference. Today is going to be a bit about the difference between hard money and private money, and which is best for you to use, right? Because there's a lot of money out there right now in today's real estate, environment, economy, a lot of money out there, but who is the best to use, right? Why would I use a hard money lender? Why would I use a private money lender? The differences in between. So thank you for joining me. Let me know what city and state you're coming from. I like to kind of understand where my followers are coming from. And also, if you're in real estate, that's awesome. Let me know if you're in real estate. Let me know what city and state you're coming from. And I'm going to do a quick presentation of why I feel, because we use private money lenders all day and every day in our business, why we feel like that is the best route to take, okay? And again, in review, my name is RJ. Thank you for joining my live. I'm a real estate investor. I do a lot of deals in Ohio. That's our main market. And what we do is we buy them at a discount because we're buying them distressed. We do a really good renovation on them, and then we rent it out at top dollar, and then we refinance. So we do what a lot of people have been dubbing it as the BRRRR strategy. We've just always called it the cash out refi strategy, because we're able to pull out all of our cash invested into the deal and then make monthly cash flow. And so the bank is paying for the rental property at that moment. And then also you're going to get cash flow from the resident that you have that pays your loan, okay, to the bank. And you make that spread in between. And I've been doing this over and over and over again. I started doing it in 2012. I have 141 rentals with my business partner, Dave. And I'm here in beautiful Reno, Nevada, in Lake Tahoe, enjoying my time here. And I want to spend some time with you to go over the difference between private money and hard money. I'm going to flip my camera around so you guys see my notes. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So if you're seeing this live, let me know what city and state you're coming from. Let me know if you're in real estate. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of why we like private money, okay? So the difference. I did a video about this, but I'm going to share with you my notes. You can see it in real time. That video was only a minute long. And maybe sometimes TikTok does not push my content out for some odd reason. These are my notes. So private money is coming from an individual that has their money in a bank, okay? And they want to get better returns than they are getting in a bank. Because if you are like me, and we're really not getting that much money if we're putting our money in the bank, right? They're paying us 0.0001 whatever interest rate, okay? Welcome, Costa Rica. Thank you for hopping on. So the difference is, with private money lenders, they're individuals. With hard money, they're businesses with money, and they have a lot of money, but the trade-off is it's more expensive, right? It's more expensive. Their money's more expensive. And so when investors use private money over hard money, is typically they're in higher dollar market places like California, like Arizona, like New York, where the barrier of entry to getting a real estate deal is like $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. So the average individual who has private money may not have that. So you're going to have to use hard money in those markets. Whereas my market, which is in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky, our markets are more affordable. We're dealing with homes that are $250,000 and less. So this is why we use private money here in Ohio, and this is my market. Guys, if you're just joining live, thank you for joining me. Let me know what city and state you're from. Share this with your friends if you could. I'm trying to get at least 50 people on this live, so if you're getting value from this, I'm talking about the difference between why we use private money and why we don't use hard money, because we don't use it in our market, right? And I'm going to go over the differences here. I'm sharing my notes, so if you want to screenshot this and save this for your notes later, you can go ahead and do that. This is good stuff to know. This is the stuff that I wish I knew when I was starting out in investing, because I didn't know the difference. I didn't even know there was private lenders out there. I always thought that investors use their own cash to buy deals, and that's so wrong. You can't scale your business when you have all your capital out in the streets. So that's why you use private money, or in cases like if you're in California, New York, or Arizona, you got to use hard money there, because it's more of an expensive market, right? So the next piece is with private money, they sometimes charge points, sometimes they don't. And points are basically a percentage of, they get paid on like 1% of the deal. So if you're borrowing $50,000 and they are looking for 1 point, well, what's 1% of 50,000? Anybody have that in front of them? 1% of what? 50,000 is $500, right? So they're going to charge on top of their interest rate of 10%, they're going to charge $500. And hard money, they're always going to charge you a point. They're always going to charge you a point because guess what? Hard money lenders are a business. They're taking a chance on you. You're a little bit risky. They're in front of a hard money lender's eyes. It's risky because they don't really know you. They don't have a relationship with you. It's more of a business. Whereas private money, it's basically all about relationships. Hard money lenders also only want to deal with short-term loans. Okay, they only want to deal with short-term loans because they don't want to have. They're trying to mitigate as much risk as possible. Guys, if you're just joining, welcome to my live. I'm explaining the difference between private money and hard money right here. Take a snapshot of this for your notes if you want. And then also, too, if you could share what city and state you're from. We've got Costa Rica on here. We've got Texas on here. Awesome. Houston, Texas, a hot market. You doing real estate over there? How do you invest as a 15-year-old? I love that question. And as a 15-year-old, if I knew that I could bird dog properties to real estate investors, I would have started my career in bird dogging properties. Once you hit 18, you can sign contracts. But if you're not 18, you can't. So if you're 15 years old and you want to start investing in real estate, I would start saving your money, bird dog properties, work for a local real estate investor that you can trust, and do the bird dogging strategy. Dylan, I'll answer your questions here. Thank you for letting me know what city you're coming from, city and state. We got Vegas on here. Awesome. Fresno, we got Utah. So I'm getting a lot of West Coast, since I'm into West Coast doing this live, getting a lot of West Coast people. So moving on. Rates are, with private lenders, they're used to getting 8, 9, or even 10% on their money. Whereas with hard money, they are going to charge you a little bit more, 14%, sometimes even 16% on top of that, on top of points. Private money is more relationship-based, meaning that they're probably going to be somebody that knows you. They've seen you. They might be your doctor. They might be your dentist. They might be a family friend. They might be even a neighbor. So they kind of know you, and so they trust you a little bit more, right? And they potentially might even live in your market, so they could potentially just go buy your current project and see, what you're up to in that project, right? With private lenders, the reason why they charge, or with hard money lenders, the reason why they charge a higher interest rate is because it's a riskier loan for them, and they don't really know who you are. They just know your market, and they know you have equity in your deal. So they're charging a little bit more because they're taking a little bit more of a risk, okay? Hello from Utah. Awesome. So people are joining. Hey, let me know what city and state you're from. Share this live. Tap on the screen. I'm trying to get 50 people on here. I know it's a little bit early for some. You might be at work. But if you're watching this live, I'm going over the difference between private money, hard money, why we love private money, okay? So another big reason why we like private money versus hard money is that there's not that many fees, guys. They rarely charge any fees, private money. Hard money, You got draw fees, inspection fees, appraisal fees, broker fees. This is what it is. It's a business. They're going to try and mitigate as much risk. And then private money, the risk is really on you. Like you're letting this person know that you can trust me. I'm going to be able to do what I'm saying I'm going to do and execute my real estate deal and get you paid. And so we always take good care of our private money because it's such a relationship-based business. These guys, even though they don't have a lot of money, like hard money, you can have lifelong relationships with private lenders. Their private lenders, their terms are way more flexible, meaning that they'll fund 100% of your purchase and 100% of your rehab, as long as they're getting this good of a deal. So you got to have at least, at least a deal that's 70% off of the ARV. Okay. The last piece is that hard money lenders want you to have skin in the game. They want you to put 10% up front or 20% up front because, again, they're mitigating the risk. This is a business. They don't really know you, right? It's riskier on them because they don't know you. They just know your deal and your market. So that's why we like private money, guys. We love private money because we can get all of our purchase and rehab loan funded. They're very flexible. We're dealing with a person rather than a business. You treat that private lender like gold, and you'll have enough money to fund your real estate deals and be able to do 15 to 20 deals a month like we do. And I'm here to really share with you that I'm going to switch this around to me now. I'm here to share with you guys that I would have never known that someone was going to lend me their hard-earned money, right, on a real estate deal until I actually started talking about real estate to all this private lenders. And a lot of our lenders are in the healthcare business. They're healthcare professionals. They're dentists, they're doctors. And they work really hard for their money. They're high income earners, and we take good care of them. We show them how to lend out of their self-directed IRA, which is a really good strategy. And if you're interested in that, I do have courses. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate you. Victoria, user 531. Thank you for that. Continue to share my live. I'm trying to get at least 50 people on here. I can go back to that sheet again if you guys wanted to take a screenshot of it to see my notes, but I also have a video on this that I try to keep it all in under a minute. But appreciate you. Do I have a course? Yes, we do have a course on private lending. You can send me a text to 614-810-4622 and just type in OPM and I can give you the link to that. This is my number. Send me a text. Send a text to OPM. Text to that number and text me OPM and I can give you the link to that, okay? But it explains to you how we raise it, what to say, where to find them, how to structure your deals for maximum benefits for both your private lender and you as the investor. And we can show you ways that you can, private money is everywhere right now, especially right now when people are making a ton of money, either from stocks or crypto. If a good play would be if you're making money with crypto, well, in order for you to not pay the high capital gains tax on crypto is putting that money that you made in crypto into a real estate asset. That's going to produce, all the tax benefits, all the cash flow benefits, all the depreciation benefits, all that stuff. You guys can get all of that with real estate. Use the money that you're making out of stocks and put it right into real estate. You follow me? Like, this is a very good strategy for you guys especially for you guys making a ton of money, to not pay so much of those capital gains taxes. They wrote the IRS code to benefit real estate investors, guys, and people that own businesses. If you just kind of understand some of the hacks around it, you're going to be ahead in so many ways. We got Arizona on here. We have Georgia on here. California's on here. Awesome, guys. Good morning. Glad to be out here on the West Coast, reporting to you live from our friend's backyard. We got this is an interesting view out here, but we have the mountains right here in Reno right behind me. You can't really see it, but I'm gonna probably go live again at 1 o'clock. Actually around probably 2:30 or 3 while I'm out in the lake. You guys got to see this lake. If you haven't been to Lake Tahoe, it's amazing. For you guys that have been, I am envious of you guys that live here, because I'd be coming out to the lake all the time. We got Austin, Texas, a hot market. Dallas, Texas is a hot market too. So Any questions, guys, about private money, about hard money, the differences between it? I'm going to switch the screen around again and just go over the notes one more time. Private money, you're dealing with individuals, versus hard money, you're dealing with more of a business. It's good to use private money in the affordable real estate markets. And I classify, obviously my market, Indiana, Kentucky, but there's other affordable markets also out there. But if you're in a higher end market, most likely you're probably going to be using hard money, unfortunately, unless you have a private lender that's got, probably $5 to $10 million more money to help you lend on these deals. Why? Because if you're doing this at scale, guys, in these higher end markets, if you're buying more than one property at a time, you're going to need a lot of money behind you. So that's why I see a lot of people in California and New York and Arizona using hard money. We got a question here. Drop some knowledge on Airbnb. I absolutely love Airbnb, and one of the things that you can use, a tool, is airdna.co. That's kind of like the Zillow, probably slightly better, Zillow for Airbnbs. And with Airbnbs, guys, what I'm seeing is that it takes a little bit more to maintain the property, a little bit more work up front, but your returns, once you get that systemized, because you need a cleaner, you need somebody that's kind of doing like a welcome message to your host. So you got to be a little bit more upfront versus than like a long-term renter. There's a little bit of upfront on the lease signing, but after that, you're having with Airbnbs, you have to clean them weekly, sometimes daily if you got a lot of hosts, or if you're hosting more than like one, you're hosting like once a day, you're gonna have to clean it probably more so than often. But you can get a cleaner that is your in-house cleaner that works for you a lot of times. So you can work out really good deals when it comes to getting a cleaner full-time for your Airbnbs. But other than that, I will have a separate, because we're starting to do a little bit more Airbnbs in our rentals, and I'll have a separate training and live on just that. Today, let's talk about private money and hard money. And these are my notes. So go ahead and take a snapshot of this, but this is a good example of why we use private money, why we like private money versus hard money. All right, guys. What else so it's Friday. Is anybody doing real estate deals this week? You guys got anything in contract? Any other questions you guys have? I'm here for you. I want to answer some questions, and then I got to go pop off and enjoy some lake time. So let's see who else is on here. We've got some of you guys on here from the West Coast. A lot of you guys from the West Coast. Anybody wholesaling any deals this week? Anyone buying any deals? Looks like somebody got it. You have a property, Kenny, in contract. Where is it at? Where's that property at? House buyer. Here's the let me flip this around. Here's the notes here. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that. All right. Anybody else want to get a screenshot? Let me know now. In a nutshell, guys, why we like private money versus hard money lenders is that it's a little bit easier and less expensive to use a private money lender than a hard money lender. But in a case where you have a really, really, really big deal and you have to use a hard money lender to get the deal, then by all means. So thank you, Jack, for sharing the video. If you guys could share the video, I was trying to get at least 50 people on here, but it looks like either people are working and can't join. But I'm from Queens, Maryland. I'm interested in real estate, but I just don't have an idea where to start. Queen, look into wholesaling real estate. And to get started, honestly, you just need to get in your car and drive around your area and look for vacant property or property that looks distressed or property that looks like somebody just moved out. There's a ton of trash on the lawn, because there's probably a person who owns that house that is looking to sell their house. And then at that point, you want to, get in front of that owner, get the property in contract at a good discount, and do the wholesaling strategy. But research wholesaling if you're looking to get started. Every time I try to close a deal, I find that another wholesaler already took it. Yeah, that's Lath. That is happening in every market right now because real estate's hot. Everybody has lists, so you have to you have to do something different than what everybody else is doing. And so some of the things that we do differently is sending different mail pieces that don't look like all the other, for direct mail, that don't look like all the other postcards that everybody got at somebody's infomercial. You know what I mean? It's tough right now. We do cold calling because a lot of people don't like to do cold calling. So if you want to differentiate yourself, can't say that word, is you got to think outside of the box, do a better job at following up with your leads, because your competition probably has just one way of doing deals, and or one way to get in front of these motivated sellers. And if you have your follow-up process intact and strong, and you're doing it consistently, that moment where they slip up and they're not working that day, or they're just lazy that day, and you've been consistently following up, you're going to get that deal. And it's all about how well you are building rapport with that motivated seller too. That makes it, that's a big time difference. Be something of show that you really care about how you're going to solve their problem, and instead of just being all about the money and all about getting the deal, and you're gonna be able to get that deal instead of the other wholesaler. Yo, do you need to help put out money down with the private money option? You don't need, with private money, you're not going to need to put anything down, because a lot of you can get 100% financing. Let's see, David, you can get 100% of your rehab and your purchase price funded with private lenders. So with hard money lenders, you're going to need to put probably 10 to 20% down. Is there somewhere to look up hard money lenders? Yeah, you can literally just Google, what's up? All right, my boy, is it Matt or is it Kev? These guys are great guys. The two guys take on real estate. They provide a ton of free value. It's amazing. They have really good stuff on their channel, so go follow them as well. Two guys take on real estate. There's some really cool skits too. They're pretty funny, but the information that they share is very valuable. Who do you go to? So, who do I go to for what? Private money lending, hard money lenders. You're typing in hard money and then just your city and state. Some businesses like national private money lenders like Lima One, Lending Home, Corvest. Those are some good options to fund your purchase and rehab. Now, they won't fund 100% of that, but if you have 10% or 20% saved up, you got to have a little bit skin in the game. So, hey, Matt, if you're still on here, we on for tomorrow? Let me know. I was thinking so I'm on the West Coast. I'm a little bit ahead of you by 3 hours. So if we do it something in the morning would probably be best, because we try to get out to the lake. We're here to visit Lake Tahoe. Awesome spot. Matt, what's up, man? So it's Matt on here. Go guys. Hey, you guys got to follow Two Guys Take on Real Estate. They got some really cool info. These guys are buying properties at the auction, and they do some really cool things, like take you live with them while they're at the auction. And they're also buying some commercial real estate. So if you guys want to learn that, definitely go follow them. Can you buy a multifamily home with an FHA? Yeah, you can buy a 4-unit. I like the 4-unit play, because who's going to pay for your mortgage? That one renter next to you, and then you get 2 units that are paying you monthly, and you can collect the cash flow on that. Make sure you get a good deal. so that one renter can pay for your mortgage, and then you live for free and you collect cash flow from the other 2 units. Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you. What's more beneficial for beginners, FBA, FBM, or FHA? What's FBA? I don't understand that. FBM. I know what FHA is. I don't know what the other two are. Also, how can I back out of a deal on a property? So let me answer the FHA. So the FHA is a great way because it's the lowest down payment. If you can use a VA loan, you can actually, there's no down payment on VA loans. But FHA loans, you can also do the home grant, the down payment assistance to come out as little as pocket as possible. Sometimes you don't have to put anything down. How do you back out of a deal on of a contract properly? So it's all about your communication, and I would be as upfront as possible and just let them know it didn't pass your inspection. There were things that came back on the inspection. Either you can get a better deal, go back to your motivated seller and get a better deal, so that you can get it in front of another buyer that probably a buyer offered you, close to your asking price. So what you can do to build that spread in is to go back to that motivated seller and say, hey, unfortunately, my numbers came back a little bit higher on the rehab or renovation. And for me to really get this deal done, and I can do this in, whether 7 to 10 days based on what your buyer is letting you know that they can close with their offer. But I needed to get it at this discount. So you're going back to the motivated seller to build your spread so that you can do the deal. But if that fails and you have to cancel out, you can do it based on your inspection. I have an auction at noon. Guys, you guys go follow Two Guys Take on Real Estate. They got an auction at noon. Oh, that's tomorrow. Okay. I was thinking we can do something like before that. So it'll be probably like 8 o'clock my time and then 11 o'clock your time, if that's possible. We got another hitter on here. We've got Sam. You guys go follow Sam. Go follow him. He's got some really cool tips on how to do burst strategy as well. All right. Thank you guys. Hopefully we can get up to 50 viewers on here. Just keep sharing this live with your followers if you could, or with your friends. Let me do one last, I'm going to flip this around. So this is my notes on why you want to use private money and when to use hard money. And so why we use private money, obviously, these are all the benefits, okay? And why we like private money, guys, is we're in a very affordable housing market, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, right? We're not in an expensive market like California, New York, and Arizona, where it makes sense to use hard money there because we're talking about $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. A lot of times the private money lender that you're going to be dealing with may have like $100,000 or $200,000. So it works best in these markets, but it shouldn't stop you from, because there's private money lenders out there that have deep pockets. But what we're seeing is that with hard money, it's a little bit more expensive. But if you're taking down bigger deals, that's when it makes sense to use that hard money lender, because that private money lender might have limited funds. All this stuff that I just wrote down, screenshot it so that you can look at it later. Because a lot of you guys have been asking, hey, can you do private money? Yes, Sam, I can do shared lives. We should do a shared live, by the way. You can use private money and get these really good rates, 8, 9, 10%. Private or hard money is a little bit more expensive because they're taking a risk on you. They have no idea who you are. They just know you have a really good real estate deal and they know your market. All of these things, why hard money lenders are a little bit more expensive, is because they're hedging their risk on you. Private money lenders, very relationship based. They know the market. They know you. They know you're in their market. Sometimes they live near you. They can go buy your deal and see and check up on you if you allow them to. And with private lenders, they rarely charge any fees. There's a little bit more fees going on with hard money lenders. And then we like this part the best. They're flexible, okay? You're dealing with people. It's a relationship capital versus a business who has, they just have a little bit more overhead. So they got to make money. This is how they make their money. And they also want you to have skin in the game, right? So take a screenshot of that. I have a live, well, not a live, but I have a video on that. And if you guys didn't see it, sometimes TikTok acts funny when I have, some of my really like content like this. Like this is, I think this is super valuable, right? This doesn't get pushed out, so it is what it is. Go there and comment on that video if you have any other questions, or you can comment here if you're here and you got questions now. So anyways, what's up, Fidel? We got to do that Zoom, man. We got to talk about your deal and answer any questions that you have. Look at that, Chemtrail Nation. See that, guys? Jesus. Anyways, happy Friday. I have a little bit more time to answer some questions, and before we go back out to Lake Tahoe. So let me just scroll up because my my TikTok lives is just a little bit delayed sometimes. Thank you for the follow too, Carl. How do I find down payment assistance? If you go to the FHA website, there's I think it's FHA, it might be FHA.com, or just Google FHA down payment assistance. There's a number of grants out there, and that's available for first-time home buyers. I know that Bank of America has about $17,500 available in down payment assistance. So check out their site as well. I have a video on that. For renting properties, what are some basics that you recommend? Renter's insurance, contract, etc. It's a good question. Let me see. Ruberdaz. That question. So some of the basics when in terms of like renting out properties is you have to screen them, and we use Appfolio to screen. They do a credit check, a background check, and a rental history check. Okay, so screen them. Always screen your tenants. Don't go off of just their word, because sometimes they'll lie. Then we also do an added step of rental verification. So we go and talk to their past two landlords to see how they left the place, to see if they paid their rent on time. Okay, and if they have a good recommendation, then we'll move forward with them. Now, there's times when people run into bad spots, and they may have had an eviction within the last 5 years. If they pay back their judgments and they're in good standing with their past previous landlords, then we'll take a chance with those residents, but we might collect first month's deposit and then last month's deposit. All of our renters have to get renter's insurance. If not, then we supply it for them. It gets added to their rent. And then we do a minimum of a 3-year agreement. We go after the 3-year agreement. And our play is that we try to lock them in for the long term. I know some investors only do 12 months, 24 months, but what's worked well for Dave and I, and has kept a really good occupancy for our renters, is we shoot for the 3-year, okay? And we actually also go for rent to own versus in just a standard rental. Hey guys, if you can share my live and also tap on the screen and give me some likes, this actually helps get this in front of other people. And I really want to share this message of this private money and hard money difference between that. I feel like there's a lot of value here that I can give. So if you could help me out, that'd be great. I know you guys are getting a lot of value from what I just showed you. So if you could share it and push it out. Let's see if we can get to 50. Yesterday we hit an all-time record. I think at one point there was like 80 or so people on my lives, which is the most I've ever seen. So I appreciate you. What's going on, man? Tell me about yourself and what you do. Wholesaling, I presume. Hey, what's going on? Chris, I am a real estate investor. Wholesaling is part of the tool belt, I guess. It's one of the things that we do. We wholesale properties that don't fit our buying criteria for buying and hold investment. And since we do a lot of marketing, we will wholesale deals that just are out of our price range to make it a good rental. But it's one of the things that we do. We also buy properties subject to creative financing. We have a really big deal that we're working on. So we're going to have a number of small multifamily in this deal. And so we will buy we'll buy apartments if they make sense. We just haven't had a deal that made sense. The last big deal that we had that we were very close on was like back in 2019, and at the end, the place needed more work than what we could have done, and we went back to the seller, and they weren't willing to budge. Queen, is it okay to take private loan with 10%? Yeah, absolutely. 10% is fine. I'd pay 10% on money that isn't mine, and if they can fund 100% of that purchase and rehab, absolutely. First-time home versus conventional loan. Yeah, first-time home buyer they're going to get the best terms on how much they have to put down. So if you can utilize the first-time home buyer loan, FHA loan, then use it, and use it to house hack. That's my suggestion. Looking for my next deal? Cool, let's do it, bro. Let's go, Fidel. You got any deals today? Fidel, why don't you join our community, and you can get a lot of value from that, because we're going through a deal that we picked up today, I think. So we're going to go over a deal that we picked up for it's worth $200, and we picked it up for $15K. It's a subject to deal, and basically what we did was we took over their loan. I think they owed $150 after it's all said and done. Perfect property, only needs to I'm telling you guys, it needs a fresh paint job, and we're putting it right back on the market. It doesn't have carpets in it, a lot of hardwood floors that are in good condition, and we'll make a steal on that one. I wish we could keep it, but it doesn't fit our DSCR ratio, and that's a little bit an advanced term. But for you guys that are on here that buy rental properties, basically it's just the rents and the price of the home value of the house. They're not catching up, so it doesn't make a good buy and hold. So we're going to flip it. What is your criteria for wholesaling versus buying? Let me write this down. So first, if it's if it's 250 and up, wholesale, right? Because in our market, our rents stop catching up to the house value. That's why we run into DSCR issues. Okay. Too much rehab. If it's over 50K in rehab, we are just going to wholesale it. We're sticking to rehabs that are right at $30,000 to $40,000. Our crews can get in and out of that. We can scale a little bit better. We're not trying to buy lumber and all this stuff right now. We'd rather do hardware, new flooring, backsplashes on the kitchen, and tub surround. And I'm telling you, we have a black hardware, white paint that's really selling right now, and in the subway tile, we're hitting our we're not using we're not using granite and all that, so we're not dealing with any of that right now, but we're using just solid material. We're fixing up the main mechanicals for the long term. So like the roof, if we need a new roof, we'll update the AC, furnace, hot water tank, all that. Like that's our main thing. I mean, look, because you don't want to get stuck on a really long rehab right now. You just don't. Our average this is a KPI that we key performance indicator that we track for our business right now. It's taking us about 60 days from buy to sell on the market, or buy to rent. Buy, fix up, and rent. So thought I'd share that with you. If Sam is on here, I wonder if Sam's tracking that. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he is. Or if Matt's still on here. You guys tracking that, how long it is? You probably have better numbers than we do. But hey, we're always trying to get better. So that's our Gartac. That's our one of the reasons why we wholesale. Okay. All right, Fidel. Listen, join So I'm going to send you the link. Join our community. The first month is only $17. In that first month, you pay us $17. You're not getting any value. You want to cancel, you can cancel at any time. But you're going to get so much value from our group that you're not going to want to go away. Dave and I are sharing all of the resources that has helped us scale from 0 to 140 something properties. This year we'll probably surpass the 200 property mark. And we're going to share how we get our deals, how we find our money, how to structure our deals, how why we're doing deal analyzation. So you'll see deals that we're actually doing live today, right now, why we took it down, how we took it down, and answering your Q&A. Guys, this is stuff that I wish I had for this amount of price. I spend over $100K every year, without a doubt, because we make millions of dollars on that $100K. So we spend $100K on our education, to be a part of groups, to invest in systems, in our people, to grow our business. That's where we're at. And the return has been phenomenal. And we're always going to continue to do that. Fidel, thank you for the presents, man. I wish I could do the same. Appreciate that. So, guys, join for the first time. Oh, man, awesome. Just curious. Cool. Are you just joining the live, or did you join the community? We have we're going to do a deal review today at 4 o'clock Eastern. It'll be me and Dave. I'll probably be at the lake. Hopefully I have good reception there, because I had reception there yesterday, but I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys then as well. I'm going to do this last, so take the screenshot of this. Oh, thank you for joining the live. Awesome. CrossFit IPA. Yes, I belong there. Who do you go to CrossFit IPA? Let me do this last. Let me flip this around. Take a screenshot of that. These are my notes on why we like to use private money versus hard money. Take a note, screenshot it, keep it. All right, Polaris, awesome. Yeah, I used to go there every now and then, and I'd see Christy, and then sometimes Dan Bailey would be there. But anyways, I go to IPA. Love that gym. The guy that I'm staying with, my friend, he used to go to that gym, and we just did a CrossFit workout yesterday. I'm super gassed. It's very hard to breathe. in this the elevation here is so high. I'm just like trying to row, not trying to pass out. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining. I'm gonna take off, but I'll probably, if you watch my lives around this afternoon, I'll probably go live at the lake. But we do have a call with our members at 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join this community, text me at that number and type in community. Okay? I appreciate you guys. Hey, thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the shares. I appreciate you today. I'm going to come out with some more content to help you start in real estate investing and to help you find private money. All the stuff that we're doing in our business today, I'm happy to share. But I appreciate you all, and I'll see you on the next one.